I'm pretty proud of the Mike I am today. You know, I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under Travis Luter, and I'm the COO, acting COO, and Vice President of Operations for a commercial construction company. My favorite thing that I'm doing right now is I'm doing commentary for UFC Fight Pass for Fury Fighting Championships.
So do you think you need a belt? What do you think you need to get to the next level?
The fact that I'm able to do that, you know, it kind of blows me away when you think about how it all started. I'm also an abused child. I'm also a disgruntled teenager. I'm also a guy, a confused 20-something. And eventually, you know, I'm also a convicted felon. But I'm not defined by any of those things. You are crazy if you think that because you are those things that were negative, that you can't be those things that are positive. I am who I am today because of those things that I went through. You can never take those back. You can never relive those. Be grateful for those things and just know that you will never go back there. That this is who I am now, this is what I am, and this is what I'm defined by. I'm defined by my current actions, I'm defined by my current character, and none of that stuff matters. My whole life, everybody kept using this word potential whenever they would describe me. He has the potential to do this, he has the potential to be this, he has the potential to do this, but, and for whatever reason, I took a lot of pride in the fact that people thought I had potential. But, you know, as I got older and as I developed some discipline in my life, I've realized that, you know, they were saying, yeah, he has potential, but he's not living up to it. But what happens is eventually that wears on people, and people are like, you know, there's no consistency in your life, and so then you start wondering why your relationships don't work out, why your parents are like, you know, no, I'm not helping you anymore. When I started doing jiu-jitsu, maybe I didn't realize before how much discipline it took or what it took. I always knew I wanted to be successful. I always knew that I wanted to do something. You know, I was fun, and I was, you know, athletic, and I was in good shape, and then also, you know, if people would ask me about it, I'd kind of tell them, well, you know, I had a rough childhood, and I had these things happen to me, and I can't do this, I can't because of that, and I just always had an excuse why I couldn't do something. I've never been diagnosed with any, you know, mental problems or anything like that, but, you know, maybe I should have been. Some of those things, maybe if I would have told those stories, I've always been embarrassed about it, and I've always kind of just thought, you know, that's in the past. And my dad was, you know, one of those guys who was like, you know, why are you talking about that? Even as a young child, you know, I despised my birth mother. I couldn't stand her. And you know, looking back on it, I thought, this is really weird for a kid to have thoughts like that, you know, especially about their mother. I've talked to my brother about it, and I think I was either 4 or 5 years old, and we were supposed to be going somewhere. She told us to take a bath real quick. We jumped in there together. We were kind of splashing around and playing in there. You know, she told my brother to get out, and he got out, and I thought, oh, she wants us to get out. And so as soon as my brother left, she slammed the door and grabbed me by the neck, kind of swept my legs out from under me, and held me underwater. And it was weird because I can remember what she looked like through the water, like looking up at her, and I thought, you know, holy shit, my mom's about to kill me. And, you know, I don't remember exactly what I was thinking. I just remember the pressure being relieved from my neck. And so once the pressure was relieved from my neck, I kind of came out of the water and took a deep breath and noticed my brother had come back into the bathroom and kind of pushed her. That was the first moment in my life where I thought, I don't know if I'll survive this. You know, she's a very tortured soul and just a terrible human being inside and out.
got
and he
exactly.
does. He used
He's
that
got
arm
that
to
other
sweep.
post, so
Yeah, he used that arm to sweep, and Alexander's going to end up in the mount, top position here for Alexander. Very nice reversal here, and he used it off that arm lock.
Jiu-Jitsu came into my life in June of 2009. You know, I just been, it was the absolute bottom of the rebuilding phase of my life that kind of led to where I am now. And so, you know, I had a friend that fought in the UFC before, and he and his sponsors kind of heard about my situation. They gave me all kinds of gear, got together with some other people. They paid for 2 years of my tuition up front. And, you know, this was my first opportunity to kind of prove to myself and everybody else that the Mike you knew before is gone. There was a moment where I was in prison, and I had just been in there for a few months, and I was still very, very angry, and I still thought I don't deserve this. And I just, you know, I kind of had a moment where I just said, you know, if it's not my fault, whose fault is it? You know, I just decided I'm going to change my life. This is going to be different for me from now on. So the book is called Improve Your Position. And, you know, originally when I was a white belt, this came as a command from my coach. You know, I was under somebody who was way bigger than me, and he's like, improve your position. I was like, I don't know how. And, you know, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. And so, you know, as we got into it, and he kept telling me. And so I was like, what do you mean by improve your position? Like, how could you even do that with this guy laying on top of you? And he's like, listen, you're trying to get it all back at once. He goes, just do something small, a small movement that's going to free up some other part of your body, and then you're going to be able to recover, and it's going to create a scramble, and you're going to be able to recover, and then you're on your path where you want to go from there. So I was like, oh, okay, so it made sense. And then I would say it to myself, and then I found myself outside of jiu-jitsu saying it to myself about, you know, I wanted to start a business. I'm starting a job. I'm starting whatever, and you know, like, you know, what's next? And we're like, all right, we're just going to improve our position just a little bit. And I started to apply it to everything in my life. You know, just I don't need these big gains. Just improve your position just a little bit. Once you do that, you all of a sudden you do that 15 times or 15 days in a row, and all of a sudden 10 opportunities come because you've improved your position every day and gotten a little better. You don't necessarily have to have the path yet, but you got to know where you want to go. Like, where do I want to end up, or kind of what realm do I want to end up in? That's really, really important. And then, you know, establishing these small things that give you the discipline to make sure that you're not straying from that path are the absolute most important things if you want change in your life and you want to survive something, or you want to get over something that's happened to you in your past.
Testing Mike going after the straight on the walk again, and he
tapped
gets
him
it this time.
He got that submission. He wore him down. He got that arm.
Well, he kept going for it. Ooh, and that one hurt.
Yeah, that hurts.
This is a night Dana White should have been here tonight. This card is unbelievable. It's stacked. Diego Lopez.